Hi everyone, my name is Thomas Kim. Today is 5th of December 2018. In this session, we will learn how to use stdmakeunique for stdunique PTR. This session continues from my previous video, Unique PTR 01, how to declare unique PTR for C primitive type. In this session, we will learn how to use stdmakeunique for stdunique PTR. If you haven't watched my previous video, please watch this video. Also, you can download the source code from our previous session clicking this link. This session continues from my previous session. And while preparing this session, I found a bug in C++ standard library, and we will fix that bug in this session. This session will be a little bit long, but please be patient and watch through the end. Then you will learn how to fix bugs in standard C++ library. Without further ado, let's get started. At the end of last session, we created an empty console application. In the Solution Explorer, right-click the second project and make it Starter project. Then I will remove this part and I will cut Ctrl X. Then open this PCH file, paste, and include memory. Then include one more string like this, save. Then we close it. Here in O2 unique PTR CPP file, we will first learn what is aggregate type and what is non-aggregate type. We will first learn what is an aggregate type and what is non-aggregate type. Okay, so an aggregate type is a class or struct that has public data fields and does not have custom constructs. Okay, so I will create class aggregate. We need to have public, and aggregate type should not have virtual member functions. Okay, so here std string m name int m age. This is aggregate type because it does not have custom constructors and does not have virtual member function. So this is aggregate type, and we will create non-aggregate type. Private std string m name int m age. Public non-aggregate std string name int age m name m age. Okay, this is default. This is constructor, custom constructor. So this is non-aggregate type. We will define operator here. std friend std o stream operator std o stream os constant aggregate a os am name AMH return OS. I will copy this and I change it to non-aggregate. Okay, and also I will make function void set std string name int age. This and name, this and age. Okay, so we will first learn initialization test. I hope you understand this construct. Void test initialization. First aggregate A1, aggregate A2, aggregate A3, aggregate A4, Steve, aggregate A5. Now we display std cout A1 A1. Then I will copy it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I change it 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we will call this function in function main. Control F5. Microsoft Visual C++ compiler complains that A3 void. So A3 void, this link symbol does not work. Unresolved external symbol, this is the link error, so it does not work. I disable this one, then I disable this line too. Okay, Control F5 again. Now it works. Let's compare. So if we do not initialize, if we declare A1 like this syntax, then the values are garbage. The class type, this is class type, its value is default value, initialized to default value for class type, and the age is garbage value in this case. In second case, both name becomes empty string and the age becomes 0. So it becomes default value and it does not compile, does not build. In case of A4, this is Steve, name is initialized to Steve, the age is initialized to default value. In case of A5, name is Sophia, age is 20, initialized. Okay, so because it does not have, this aggregate type does not have user provided custom constructor. Okay, let's try one more. Aggregate A6 James and 21. Let's build once again. Control F7. So it does not work here. It does not work because we have not provided in this case constructor. Okay, I will disable it. Now we try with this one with the non-aggregate type. Non-aggregate N1, non-aggregate N2, non-aggregate N3, N3, James. Now let's test first. Ctrl F7. So all works. Now let's try non-aggregate M4 Sophia 20. Now we are using curly parentheses non-aggregate M5 non-aggregate N6. It works because we provided a constructor like this, default constructor, and both name and age become default. James and 30. I would say Thomas. Now let's print out std cout n1 std and there n2 n3 n4 n5 n6 n1 n2 n3 n4 n5 n6. Okay, now it's typo. Now Ctrl F5. Let's see which one does not work. N5 does not work, so it does not work. Let's compile again. N5 undeclared, so we remove N5. Now everything seems to be working. Now compare. Non-aggregate N1 becomes default value. This is called default constructor. N2 also works. N1 and N2 are equivalent. N3 works. N4 works. M5 does not work. This does not work. Why it does not work? This is regarded as a function. Okay, so it does not work. N6 work. This is regarded as a function that returns non-aggregate, and M5 as a function name that does not take any argument. This becomes simply function declaration. C++ compiler regards it as function declaration. Also here, in this case also, A3 is a function that returns aggregate type and does not take any parameter. So I hope you understand the syntax. So please compare. This is non-aggregate type. Okay, this in case of non-aggregate type, both parentheses and curly brace work to initialize, to call the constructor. This works. But in aggregate type, initialization with curly brace works, but initialization with parentheses does not work. Now let's move on. Void test unique ptr with class type. Okay, now we declare std unique ptr aggregate a ptr we provide an instance new aggregate, then we can initialize Steve and 20. We allocate aggregate and initialize with the name Steve and age 20. Okay, and std unique ptr non-aggregate nptr new non-aggregate James 30. Now we display std cout with typo aptr equals aptr. We have to do like this, pointer like this, std and there std cout aptr nptr std and there. Okay, now we will call this function and I disable it. Control F5. Okay, both works. So far so good. Here, now we can use like this. I will copy this. I copied aptr1. We will use std. Okay, std make unique. Okay, we provide aggregate type. Then we do like this. We modified like this. Here nptr1 std make unique non-aggregate Steve. Okay, now we print out aptr1 nptr1 aptr1 nptr1. Okay, if we compile, Control F5, please note that we have error message. I will erase and build once again. Control F5. I will fix this. Control F5. It doesn't work. The error message comes from here. So it doesn't work. We have this error message. Please note that this is parentheses. It is calling parentheses unique ptr constructor. Okay, this part doesn't work because this doesn't work. In case of aggregate, okay, in case of aggregate type, this way of construction does not work. It does not work. Parentheses work, but this curly brace, in case of initialization with curly brace work, but initialization with parentheses does not work. So in this case, if we disable it and if we click the error message, it is using parentheses. Okay, it is using parentheses. It is not curly brace. So this is bug actually. If the C++ memory code, if this is composed like this, okay, if it is made like this, then it will work. If the C++ standard library used here parentheses, a curly brace, then the program would have been working correctly. But sadly, C++ standard is made using parentheses, not curly brace, so it doesn't work. Okay, I will close it. So it doesn't work. So there is a bug in C++ standard. Let's fix this bug. Click this link, then I will copy it. I will copy and paste it here. No, I will paste it here like this and move up, go up. We need to have include type trace. I inserted this type trace, then scroll down here. We need to change it std like this. Also here std, and I will change it. This is inline. I will remove it inline std here std. I will change the function name my make unique. Okay, I change the function name. This is function name, and this should be std, and I change it curly brace like this. Curly brace, I change it to curly brace. Then here, instead of doing this standard library, we will use my make unique. So we are calling this function. Okay, now let's build. Control F5. Wow, it works perfectly. So we fixed problem in standard library make unique. I think this is ugly, so I right click, go definition, then I will copy this part. This is not relevant, so I will copy these two. I copied, and here I will put it here, paste like this. I will make a namespace, name space talk play fun, then I enclose it like this. Then I change std namespace, and this also should be std. I think no discard is not necessary. I will remove it. This should be std, and this also should be std, and this is std, so I will just remove it, fix like this std, and instead of, I will change it to curly brace like this, and here std. This is for non-array case. This is non-array case. This is for array case. Okay, array case, and this should be std, and extant should also be std. Non-discard is not necessary, std, and this should be std, and this should be std. Okay, I fixed like this. Save. Then here Instead of doing this, we say talk, play, fun. And talk, play, fun. Let's build Ctrl F5. Cool. So we fixed one bug in Microsoft Make Unique standard. Okay, and I will delete this. Save it. In this session, we fixed a bug in stdmakeunique function. In next session, we will be using this makeunique to create unique PTR. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.